has actually taken place. Same source continues. They tell us to invest, but won't give us visas for essential personnel. I don't know what they expect us to do. This basically encapsulates the impossible situation Korean companies say they're facing. News One reports the practical problems. To send skilled experts on H-1B visa takes months, but construction sites need personnel constantly. We have no choice but to rely on short-term visas like ESTA. The skill gap is This isn't new. In 2020, South Korean innovation faced identical issues. 33 Koreans expelled at Atlanta airport, 13 more arrested later for ESTA violations at the Georgia Battery plant. Korean companies say the visa system creates recurring impossible situations. Visa terror is now reportedly spreading through Korean communities in America. Even legal residents are reportedly avoiding travel, fearing they won't return. This is all happening right after President Lee Jae-myung's meeting with Trump the other day, and Korean firms pledging $150 billion in U.S. investments on top of the country's earlier pledge to invest $350 billion. This factor is Biden's showcase project proving his economic policies work. Trump now undermines it while simultaneously demanding the investments that created it. One executive reportedly said, "It's not that we're trying to steal American jobs, but that we want to quickly build factories locally. The reward for such efforts being illegal immigrants." investigations, they set up tents and shit.
Hey, OGG. Yeah, I'm just trying to calibrate my sound right now. I'm trying to get all the levels adjusted so I can hear it. And then as soon as I get the sound that I want, then I'll start playing. If there's anything you want me to play for you, just let me know.
This is
whatever your favorite song is, or whatever, and make a suggestion, and I'll strongly consider playing it for you.
Perpetuity. Just as they've done this with Korean workers. With ICE for every someone crosses the border in court dates outside of the fucking courtroom. Or at ICE facilities. When they're doing their routine. They know where they're renting, they know where they work, they know
trying to warm up. Trying to get the sound level so everything sounds good to me. Trying to get the levels acclimated.
It is the world's domineering hegemonic superpower that is and what's fucked up about it is While the plant itself is not union, construction sites at the facility have been staffed by union tradesmen, some of whom have complained about undocumented workers and unsafe conditions. The union worker who came into contact with Branham recorded some conversations they had with people, she tells Rolling Stone. From the New York Times, that some South Korean workers were detained by immigration agents. While the plant itself is not union, construction sites at the facility have been staffed by union tradesmen, some of whom have complained about undocumented workers and unsafe conditions. The union worker who came into contact with Branham recorded